Good morning, everyone. I'm Trey with the First Date Fix, and today I'm going to be talking about online dating tips part 1, numero uno. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because we are in a worldwide pandemic and a lot more people are online dating, more than ever before. Typically, January is the busiest time for online dating, so I'm very curious as to what it's going to look like in January 2021. New Year's resolutions to find love and all that good stuff. So, let's go. Number 1, watch out for smiles with no teeth. Now, I don't know about you, but I am extremely attractive to women with nice smiles, okay? Like, hey, ooh, right? And I think it's okay to have some smiles with no teeth. You know, you can smolder. Oh, that was terrible. But, you know, you can do some smiles with, you know, no teeth. However, if every single one of their pictures, they're smiling with no teeth, be very, very careful about that, because unfortunately, I have been in situations where I didn't verify because I was being nice. And I met her and she said, "Hi, I'm Cindy." I was like, "Hi, I'm Trey." Teeth. Look, first of all, no disrespect. Oh man, I shouldn't even have used her real name. Cynthia. Her name was Cynthia. And, you know, the teeth, man, the teeth. Long story short, just make sure you get at least one picture of, you know, them smiling with their teeth. And if you're like, "Well, Trey, I don't want to offend them," just say this: you have a lot of smiles with just your lips. I'd love to see a smile of you and your teeth. I bet it's even better, right? You know, just flatter them. And if they push back, I don't have that many pictures of me smiling with my teeth. That's kind of a red flag, to be quite honest. And you might be thinking, "Trey, you're so vapid. Do you really want to date someone with bad teeth?" I know I don't. Number 2, filters. Look, I get it. Snapchat filters are fun. They're cool. But when someone has every single picture with Snapchat filters, that is not an accurate depiction as to what they look like. Again, I have fallen victim to this. They have Snapchat filters and you don't even realize, because you're so used to seeing Snapchat filters, until eventually you become attuned to those people who use Snapchat filters, and then you meet them. The Snapchat filter did them good. So Snapchat filters, again, same thing. Online dating is a visual medium, and if you're uncomfortable in your own skin, if you don't like how you look, then you probably shouldn't join it. Like, I'm sorry, because the fact of the matter is that we all go by looks. It's the gateway into getting into someone's heart. And I'm telling you right now, there isn't one day that someone's gonna meet you and be like, "Oh, you lied about how you look, but your personality's so good. How could I possibly ignore that?" That's not gonna happen, okay? I'm sorry. So, Snapchat filters, be very, very aware of that. And my favorite, messaging. Let me give you an average message scenario from online dating. "Hey, how are you?" "Not bad, thanks. How are you?" "Great." "Great." And they never spoke to each other again, because both parties, man and woman, are so prideful that they're both thinking, if they want to date me, then they're going to need to step up their game with questions. And the other person thinking the exact same thing. So you get two incredibly attractive people that amount to nothing until one person puts himself out there. And unfortunately, you guys, you know, you're too cool for school, so why on earth would you put yourself out there, okay? So I have a few rules. It's very, very simple. I call it 2 questions and I'm out. When you see a stranger in the street, you say, "Hello, how are you?" And what do they say? "Not bad, thanks. How are you?" A stranger would ask you a question back. So if you're talking to someone and you say, "I noticed you were riding a motorcycle in that picture. What got you into that?" "Oh, you know, a long time ago, I always wanted to drive a Harley, and now I love driving it down the street, watching my hair blow in the wind." Clearly, this wasn't me. And then you say, "Oh, fantastic. I could only imagine seeing you down there and getting your hair blow in the wind, blah, 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 blah. Are there any other different pursuits that you try to do throughout your life?" "Yeah, I actually am really into rock climbing and catching fish. That's why I have an obligatory picture of a giant fish, just like every other man," right? And then those are your 2 questions. If you ask that person those 2 questions and they don't respond with a question for you, you just need to hide that message. You need to just ignore them until they step their game up. If someone doesn't have that high social EQ, or they think, oh, maybe I should try and get to know them too, they are a waste of your time and they're looking for validation. Avoid Instagram and Snapchat people, okay? What I mean by that is they have zero bio and they have their Snapchat and they have their IG. This person is just looking for followers. Men, for you, don't look at the IG. Don't try and follow them. Don't try and add their Snapchat. I don't care how much booty you want to get. Please, for the love of God, stop validating these people. Stop gassing them up to give you their social media so you can give them likes and validate them even more and stretch that ego. They're not interested in you, okay? My social media, I couldn't care less if someone sees it or not. The only time I will ever give out my social media is if she generally, you know, is a bit frightening because it's online dating. I could be crazy and she wants to see if I'm a real person. Do I have real friends, or do I have one picture I posted 2 days ago on some fake freaking profile, okay? Do not add people on Snapchat and Instagram. It's either a phone call or nothing. I don't care. But you might be thinking, Trey, I don't like giving my number out. Well, then don't do online dating. It's just a number. If you give someone your number out and they're incessantly texting you and stalking your life, block them. Block them and you'll never hear from them again, okay? Science will always give you a way to escape people who try and stalk your life. It's not that deep. When should you ask someone out? So first of all, whether it's a video chat, whether you're meeting someone in public, you want to get off the online dating platform in under 8 messages or less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's it. Anything past 8 messages is just boring, incessant small talk. And you might think to yourself, well, I want to get to know the person more. You'll never truly get to know someone via text. You want to know why? Because if you turn around and say, oh, Phantom of the Opera is one of my favorite musicals, the other person on the other line is going to do this. Phantom of the Opera. You see, they're going to look at the information and say, oh, I love Phantom of the Opera. I too am a fan of the musical arts. Because they looked it up, okay? And if you might be thinking to yourself, wow, I need someone who's witty and blah, 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 blah. Do you know how many jokes or openers you can look up on online, how to talk to someone? Do not fall for this, okay? You either want to speak to them on the phone or a video chat as soon as possible to see if there's any communication chemistry, or you actually want to meet this person, okay? Do not entertain conversations over 8 messages or more. Now, don't get me wrong, you could be in a situation where you still generally want to get to know that person. You don't need to meet them. Video chat, phone call. If you're not bold or brave enough just to communicate over the phone or video chat, then you're not ready for online dating. You need to stay in your lane, stay home, and, you know, not waste anyone's time. Don't swipe right on people that you're on the fence about. I would never swipe right on anyone I'm on the fence about, because I probably wouldn't engage in that much conversation. I probably really wouldn't care. And that's what's happening to a lot of people. If you're on the fence, do not swipe right. Only swipe right on people, or accept likes where you look at someone and you think, oh, well, hello, I feel like you could be my type. That is the kind of person that you want to engage in, not someone that you think, it's a fugazi, it's a fugazi. Hey. No. Do not waste their time. Ooh, which brings me on to my next one. Number 8, I think. Time wasters. Who are time wasters? These are these people. You're 12, 50 messages in. Let's go out. I want to get to know you more. Okay, absolutely you can. Let's text each other. I don't really give out my number. Okay, no worries. Let's do a video chat via the app. My hair's not really, looking right. I'm not in. I have no technology. Internet? Never heard of it, right? Like, all the excuses under the sun. If someone keeps giving you an abundance of reasons why they can't meet, talk, video chat, text, anything, they either have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, they're either just looking for validation, they've either had a huge argument with their boyfriend or girlfriend, they're not for real. Or they're just not for real about you. They just like their ego stroked. That's about 50% of people online, and you have to be willing to spot them out. The sex pests, they're great. You know, I'll tell you why they're great, because you know, they'll show their true colors in the space of like, you know, 2 or 3 messages. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, for Ohio, great. Listen, babies, right? Like they ask you for boob pics in the space of 4 or 5 messages. And don't be fooled. If someone says, send me a full body pic, they're not trying to see your boobs. They want to see you fully clothed. Okay, don't take offense to that. Ooh, which brings me on to my next one. First of all, ignore sex pests, just unmatch them. But full body pics. Now, look, first of all, I'm not shaming anyone. You know, certain people have a certain body type that they like. However, for me, I like to keep myself in shape. So I don't know why I would date someone that didn't keep themselves in shape. I don't know why that logic goes straight over people's heads. But because of that, if you see pictures like this, like that, see that? Ooh. And you notice how the neck is turned here, so you can see it looks like I have a nice jawline. Look at that. Or the cleavage right down here, but you can't actually see me standing up. I'm a catfish, okay? I'm a catfish. It means that the angles that I normally have aren't flattering on me because I'm not in shape. Now, again, I'm not asking you to be vapid or whatever, but for me personally, that's my preference, and I like someone who keeps in shape. So be very, very careful of those pictures, and if you're unsure, ask for a full body pic. Now, here's what's usually gonna happen. One, they're gonna be like, well, why do I have to send you a full body pic? I might have them, but I don't wanna send you one. You know why? Because what you're thinking is true, okay? They doth protest too much because they're insecure of how they look. Now, again, I'm not shaming, I'm not hating on anyone who feels that way. I'm really not. However, you just need to be truthful with who you are and what you look like. Yes, I know you want to show your best self, but you don't want to be misleading because it doesn't help anyone. When you're misleading with someone based on your appearance, this is what happens. You show up to the date, they see you, and in their mind they're thinking, oh shit. But they're nice people, so they're gonna go through with it. But as soon as you leave, they're either gonna block you or they'll never speak to you again, okay? So just don't set yourself up for disappointment. Please, seriously, just be honest with how you look. Okay, that is part 1. Pay attention this week for part 2. I'm gonna get more into the statistics and metrics for men and women.